Your defense went down while you were preparing to strike. And for 3 seconds after the attack, your body was like that of a human from the surface. Then, over about 10 seconds, it went back to how it usually was. It might not seem like a big deal since it's such a short time, but if an enemy is strong enough to make you use this attack, I won't be able to ignore the fact that I'm in such a vulnerable state right before and after I strike. 3 seconds is a long time in an abyss battle. Don't use it unless there's no other way. But if you have to, make sure to kill your opponent with that one attack. It's basically a finishing move. I see. All done. Now, gentlemen. Studying is good, but we shouldn't skip meals. Food's ready. Giant worm meat again. You're the one who blew up our storage. You should be grateful that it's not cave moss. I'll have you try food from the surface when we get a chance. It won't be a problem if I use the portal. If so, then I'll forgive you for what you did. Will we get some too? Of course. Now, let's eat and get going again. We're behind schedule. By the way, please come up with an excuse for that earthquake you caused with the attack. An excuse? I don't think anyone would care anyway. 3 days later. A labyrinth in the center of a wasteland. The labyrinth is underground, huh? Is it reaching the 11th floor? The dry pit. It is a clean and colorless labyrinth made of marble. All soldiers here are insects. Most of them are sluggish-looking beetles, but they are bulky because their exoskeleton is covered in marble too. This place looks pretty minimalistic compared to Horus Barony. This labyrinth owner doesn't seem to care about treasures and accessories. Oh. You've finally come. You're a bit late. Antlion Baroness Valatus. She's extremely lazy and idle. There's a new game called Tears of the Kingdom. She sits under her shell all the time, as if under a blanket. The things Valatus buys from the Black Merchant Group are mostly electronic and games. I assume she bought this generator here from them too. At least Uther regularly comes outside. This girl's a real loner. I recorded my last speedrun. You wanna watch it? It would be an honor, but we are behind schedule. Apparently, she plays offline games because there is no internet down here. Valatus didn't look like a threat, and she didn't even know about the earthquake. For days a labyrinth in the middle of a lush jungle. There's something similar to this on the surface. Was it called Angkor Wat? Magar Misabib. The 9th floor also has a forest, but this place is a lot more like a normal jungle without any distinct characteristics. The soldiers here are therianthropes. But only harpies instead of various species. Every single one of them is extremely obese. Can those things even fly? You're right on time. Baroness Xanax of the Blue Skies is rather ironic considering where we are, but the ceilings in the abyss are pretty high, I guess. The Baroness is just as obese as her soldiers. I was running out of food. The little things down here cannot satisfy. On top of being lazy, she is also arrogant. She mainly buys food from the Black Merchant Group. Just like last time, all of these products come from the Michelin 3-star restaurants. Give them to be heated. I can't see them well. Mostly frozen meals from convenience stores. Ha ha ha. This is good. Although it's rather little. It's hard to get because it's so rare. Only the royalty eats such precious food on the surface. The military power of the abyss is pitiful, just like the failures and the Black Merchant said. We safely left the labyrinth without getting any other useful information. I'm not nervous about this anymore. I feel like I'm gonna forget that I'm dealing with aristocrats that have been ruling over the abyss for many years. It's starting to seem like it's quite peaceful down here. Well, the 9th floor has been rather intense lately. It's not surprising that you'd feel that way. Are the other aristocrats like this too? Yes, except for one. Wait. Are we going to Boreas's labyrinth too? Yes, we visit all of the labyrinths, after all. Baron Boreas's eternal frozen land is actually the next on the list. No wonder the pay for this was so high. Boreas is the only being on the 10th floor that actually deserves the title of a baron. So, I'll ask you once more just in case. Do not bare your teeth no matter what. Even if he attacks. Everything here is frozen. There is no trace of water having ever flown. It's not really slippery either. It can't be normal ice. It's frozen mana. The labyrinth simply took a form that's most fitting for its owner. It's just like how Baroness Xanax's place was overgrown with jungle since she and her troops are harpies. Then what about Boreas? Is he a yeti or something? Frost ogre. I know that he rules over several yetis too, though. A frost ogre. Another muesli. Rough-looking guy. Azuraskins. Calm. Camping's going to be an issue. We won't be able to deal with this kind of cold with just a campfire. Wait. Everyone, put on your masks. A beast. I can't tell. But it does seem like a corpse of a recently hunted beast. It's got a spear in its back. The amount of mana it's infused with is abnormal. Boreas might be nearby. What? This may be his territory, but it's the outskirts. Is it likely that we'd meet him here? Baron Boreas is famous for enjoying fights. He's been killing all of the beasts in the area because of the itch to do something amidst the long reign of peace. I heard that he decimates subordinates that steal his targets. Because of that, his troops are basically scouts that track down prey for him, while he himself is the only hunter. This is what I heard of. There's no need to analyze so deep into it. That spear belongs to Baron Boreas. Black Merchant Group, you're earlier than planned. Greetings to Baron Boreas of the North Wind. He's fast. Just when did he? Demon, if it weren't for your red skin, I would have slain you as soon as I noticed you. I thought I told you all to carry a flag with your symbol when visiting. To tell the truth. We lost most of our freight when we were ambushed by giant worms. Giant worms. Considering the people in your group, it wouldn't be hard to kill one of the aristocrats of the 10th floor. Yet you're saying that you lost your freight to a few giant worms. Raskans. Calm, do you take me for a fool? Low aristocrat's dignity has been activated. Due to the effect of the Baron's seal, Boreas of the North Wind's low aristocrat's dignity will be nullified. Oh. You're still standing with your head up, huh? Are you challenging my authority? I see. You were just paralyzed. I apologize. He's a newcomer that we took in on the 9th floor, but he has yet to throw away his bad habit of. Demon. Do I look like I care about your circumstances? I made a mistake. I shall punish you. For your lie and insolence. 5 strikes without using the spear. 2 for the demon and 3 for the mercenary. Great Baron Boreas. I am responsible for my subordinates' wrongdoing, so I shall take all of the punishment. All right. 10 strikes for the demon. One. 2. Blinge. 7. Too slow. 1. He apologize. Shit. This is my fault. I'm the reason this happened. If I hadn't spaced out then. If I had just kneeled down in time. She's holding on better than I anticipated, but she's at her limit now. At this rate. Do not bare your teeth no matter what. Even if he attacks. There is a reason he said that. I have no choice but to believe in the demon. Do you not have the strength to walk? Be grateful that I have approached you instead. Thank you. 9. Damn Boreas. Is he trying to kill her? Hold back. You must. Muff. The demon will die from the next attack. You were hired by the Black Merchant Group to protect her. Is it all right for you to do nothing? I permit you to speak. She did hire us, yes. However, your orders have superiority. Over some contractual relationship established through down gems. I see. Well, that's what he said. What a shame, demon. You're that foolish mercenary. All of this was caused by my mistake. It was also the demon's own choice on my part of the punishment. However, killing her will not only mean failure on our end as the mercenaries, but it will also break the non-aggression pact with the Black Merchant Group. I believe you will not benefit in any way from finishing her off. However, I have thought of a solution to this problem, so please forgive for speaking up. I thought you were just a fool, but you're pretty eloquent. What is that solution? Please allow me. He 10th strike in her stead. Please allow me to take the 10th strike in her stead. Baron. You just stood there and watched for the first 9, and now you want to take the last one. How pathetic. All right. But on one condition. I am going to use a spear. One attack. You may not dodge, but you may try to block it. If you successfully do so, I will look past all future instances of misbehavior. Judging by what the demon told us earlier, that spear is probably Boreas's main weapon. Considering that he's an aristocrat, I'm sure it's a great piece of equipment. On top of that, he'll probably use mana in the attack. Since Boreas said that I may try to block his strike, he's going to give it his all. If I fail, I'll die. What about hardening? I guess this isn't an option. The parasite has not been active ever since the memory recall. I'm not allowed to dodge the attack. I have to block it somehow. That's the captain's. If you imbue your weapon with mana, then even a shabby iron pickaxe will be able to block an adamantium sword. To imbue my weapon with mana. Are you ready? Then. The good thing is that his weapon is a spear. After all, thrusting is its strongest and most effective type of attack. That means he's going to concentrate his power into one point, so I can do the same. This is completely different from making mana flow through my body. I can't concentrate it into one point at all. It keeps dissipating. At this rate, there's no other choice. Raskans. Calm. I have to fill the area with my mana. And send it towards one point. Are you all okay? Cough cough, thanks to you, yeah. Huh. What about the captain? He went to protect our employer. This much destruction with just one attack. Geyser's gonna collapse if a war breaks out. Are you alright? Ha. Ha ha ha. Ah ha 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 ha. How refreshing. That attack was supposed to be lethal. To think that some mere mercenary actually blocked my attack. It seems you couldn't avoid an internal wound, though. Well, I guess that is a given. The punishment is over. As promised, I will look past your misbehavior. Then. Well, it doesn't seem like she's in a state to be negotiating. I'll keep the path open. Come visit me once the treatment is over. Yes, Baron. Several hours later. The internal wound is pretty bad. I've done the first aid, but you need to rest for a while. Thanks for that. So this is what the captain meant when he said that I'd be vulnerable after concentrating all the mana. Such a serious wound just from the afterblow. Well, you're fine on the outside, but it's basically like you got stabbed. This would have been really bad if you weren't here. No, that was actually good. If a regular mercenary had blocked Boreas' attack and remained unscathed, his reaction would have definitely been a lot more unpleasant. I'm sure we'll think of you as a pretty useful mercenary since you gave it your all to try to block his attack and survived with the injuries. Well, I guess that makes sense. You told me earlier not to provoke him, but I was wrong. I'm sure you've already noticed, but I'm not very good at adapting to new situations. I am very stubborn when it comes to the rules of Geyser, and sometimes my choices result in casualties. If you hadn't stepped up back then, the demon would have died. However, even if we were to turn back time to that situation, would not have done anything. We, the failures, have survived until now because of that. Avoiding adventure and picking the safest routes. Ignoring those who need help in order to save ourselves. We are a selfish group. We have always taken it for granted. But you, demon, is it all right for you to move already? Thank you. Thank you so much. For saving me. You're different. Thank you so much. For saving. I thought everyone in the black merchant group was thick-skinned. But it's nice to see a different side. And my apologies. I didn't. It's okay. You could have died, after all. Do you know why the merchant in charge of the abyss was changed from an imp to a demon? It's because imps used to die all the time. I've witnessed it many times. Azuraskins. A demon, on the other hand, can withstand a lot more. Doesn't that go against the contract with the black merchant group? An aristocrat does not have to take responsibility if a merchant dies because they were unable to endure the punishment. Of course, it's up to the aristocrat to choose whether there was crime committed or not. Then it doesn't matter if I just kill a merchant because I did not like them. Yes. It's a way to kiss ass. Of course, the black merchant group is large enough to take down barons. But if they decide to avenge a dead merchant, the long-maintained system will fall. This is why they just turn a blind eye to the arrogant aristocrats. Of course. But I cannot say that there will be no consequences to this. Oh. There is a beast approaching from behind us. We'll take care of it. You can rest here. What are you talking about? I didn't feel any, oh, goodness. Just shut up and follow us. You're preparing for war, right? And that's why you're with us. Well, yes. I will give you all the information on Boreas that I have. The price for it was my life. And you have already paid it. After taking a day to rest in Boreas's territory, we began moving before we got too stiff from the Colorado. According to Yujin, the demon was fully healed, but I guess they have some side effects when it comes to recovering. Because she said it was too hard to walk. That's why she was on my back for the entire time. 3 days later, in Boreas's labyrinth. To be precise, in the fortress near it, we came across him again. The items Boreas considered buying were weapons. He seemed interested in firearms of the surface. But he only looked at them as if they were some lame toys. It's just garbage. His reaction was cold even when he was presented with bombs. Boreas ended up buying nothing, and we left his territory. Why did we come all the way here if he wasn't even gonna buy anything? That's why we normally don't stop by his labyrinth. Then we've been to all 4 labyrinths of the 10th floor. Come to think of it, isn't that too few? Sorry. All 4 labyrinths. I never said that. Did you not? There are still 2 left. What? I thought Boreas would be last because of the atmosphere he had. You don't need to worry much. The rest of the aristocrats are stupid los. I mean, they're all nice. But you need to still mind your manners. Just in case. Don't think of attacking like you did with Horus. I'll keep that in mind. I've learned a lot from this trip. Then shall we get going again? We left and walked for 4 days. Ash Desert and Boreas Barony, Eternal Frozen Land, Xanax Barony. Megamasabib, the latest barony. The Dry Pit, Horus Barony. Shadow Labyrinth entrance to the 9th floor. The remaining 2 labyrinths each took up half of the vast Ash Desert. The one we visited first was situated in the rocky terrain on its left side. Barbaroto's Barony, Fallen Dragon's Nest. The name made me think that it could be occupied by dragons, but what I found were gargoyles, their distant relatives. The labyrinth owner was a giant three-headed specimen. Lord of the Fog, Baron Barbarotos. His personality and appearance reminded me of a certain someone. You should be honored that you can be graced with my presence once again. We are the descendants of dragons, after all. Is that the effect of dragon blood? Are all dragons actually stupid? I was told that Lord of the Fog was the title that he had made up for himself. According to the demon, he took it just because his labyrinth is surrounded by a lot of fog. He doesn't actually have any abilities related to it. However, I'm sure he has good specs since he has inherited dragon blood. I should think of a way to counter his petrifying breath. The items offered to him were various rare artifacts related to dragons. Well. Oh, damn it. What are these cards? Woa. Blue Eyes White Dragon. Red Ice Black Dragon. It seemed like would be overjoyed with anything as long as it's associated with them. Damn it. I love you, Black Merchant Group. Muahahaha. Thank you for your purchase. We finished our visit to Barbarotos's labyrinth without any shenanigans. The journey took 4 days again. On the right side of the desert was the last labyrinth situated by the entrance to the 11th floor. Mentelo's Chamber. On the outside, it simply looked like a fortress made to block off beasts coming from the 11th floor, but apparently, it's a labyrinth that also acts as the gateway to Count Parthenon, who has dominion over the 10th floor. The wall blocking off the entrance was recently built. Because no one had noticed how Anatolius passed through it last time. I'm sure they're talking about when he was visiting the Naga labyrinth. Our scouts were also captured at that time, so it's more like all patrols that came across him were killed rather than that no one noticed his presence. The labyrinth was plain and unglamorous in comparison with the others, perhaps because it was visited by Parthenon more often. The main forces here were ancient people and giants. I've never seen them before. They weren't really humans' predecessors. They just looked similar, but apparently, we don't even share the same roots. They were pushed down here because they lost the survival fight above the surface in the Middle Ages. The descendants of the medieval witches and alchemists. Apparently, these guys were the reason the surface had witch hunts. There were other beasts that we assumed came from the 11th floor. The zealots under Count Parthenon's control were here too, and there were enough of them to form a whole company. I also noticed some vampires, cousins of Angela, who have an innate legendary rank. Why does it smell so sweet? Tisk, it's the Black Merchant Group. Should we make up some kind of excuse and take one of them? Azuraskans. Calm. I thought that Boreas would be the biggest issue, but this place's military power is scary. It is basically Count Parthenon's outpost. I should consider this place a part of the 11th floor, not the 10th. This labyrinth is the most dangerous one. Owner of the Mentelo's Chamber. Lord of Schemes and Occultism, Mentelos. He doesn't seem like an idiot, unlike what the demon said. I had to agree to the visit because of the contract with the Black Merchant Group. He doesn't give off the vibes of a tyrant like Boreas either, though. There is no dignity that I would expect from an aristocrat. But we have no intention of buying anything. Leave. He is just like a soldier of Count Parthenon. Nothing more, nothing less. These are sensitive times. Count Parthenon is not in a good mood. Hear his message. For the time being. You better stop making your rounds on the 11th and 9th floors. It was basically a confirmation that Parthenon was going to invade the 9th floor. Yuhi. It's just hot water poured over dried vines with some powder, but it tastes so good. Vines. Is that what we're eating right now? Ha. Ah. You can't see now. I forgot since you go around on your own perfectly fine. Say ah. There's no manna in food, after all. It's a shame I can't see it. It's so good. Ugh. You're getting it everywhere. Sorry. Does it taste okay? The taste is heavenly. It really is the food of paradise. More importantly, Where were you off to in such a hurry? Well, I promised to treat you, but I only had cup noodles at home. I went and got some food and clothes. Baron. Enemies. Are there beasts up here too? I've never smelled something so wonderful before. Block your noses. I'm sure it's a beast that tricks its prey with a nice smell. What's wrong with you guys? It's just food. And no. Hygiene has fallen for it. It really is just food, so calm down. What? That's. Told ya. However, there is a ritual you have to do before eating this. Is that so? Do we need to thank a god or something? No. You need to take a shower and get changed into the clothes I prepared for you. And don't even think of eating this food with dirty hands. What is a shower? Whoa. Look at this. It's so warm. It's been months since we touched warm water. Whoa. Bubbles. Don't eat it. I'm done setting it all up. I'll go see how the demon's doing. Demon. Baron. I brought you some food and clothes. A blanket too. Whoa. It's been so long since I had food from the surface. Eat before it gets cold. Get changed too. Okay. Would it be okay to make holes where my wings and tail would go? Of course. It'd be nice if you could rest with us on the surface. It's okay. As I said, we're not allowed to go up there. Was it called the Heaven-Earth Agreement? Does that mean that there are angels in this world too? They haven't shown themselves for more than 1,000 years, but it's not that strange for angels to exist when there are demons around. Isn't it okay for you to come up for just a short while? Unless I use a special spell said to have been used by the Satan worshippers, I'll be punished as soon as I set foot on the surface, apparently. That special spell. Baron. How does it look? Beautiful. I'd believe it if you said that you're a succubus. Whoa. Something over there smells so good. Don't approach it. Everyone, stay alert. I told you, it's just food. Goodness. I'm fine. You should go to them. I'm sorry. I feel anxious that they're gonna make trouble. Rest for now. I'll be back soon. All right. I'll be waiting. Everything here is new, so you should stay alert. It's just food. What's wrong with you? Get it together. There's no way something that colorful is food. It is food. I understand that you guys are wary. Letting your guard down in the abyss can cost you your lives. Of course, there are wild beasts here too. Like bears. However, even the strongest of them are only a bit more dangerous than horned rats, and they're hard to come across. This place is safe. So just rest and let your guard down. I'd like to learn more about this place. Alright, we can talk while eating. Geyser, 9th floor, near the Naga Labyrinth. We're here. Good job. Now that we've already had our goodbye party, let's split here. Visit the Naga Labyrinth whenever you want to go up to the surface. The path to Naga Labyrinth from the 10th floor isn't easy, but I'm sure it's worth it. Thanks for all the stuff you got us. You're welcome anytime too, demon. I'll make sure to come see you. Then. Wait. Ag. P. Parasite. You bastard. Para. Prototype is still dormant. It's not too late. Parasite. I used all the strength I had, yet I failed to take full control. I'm sure I don't have much time. Well, it is what it is. I am here to talk. To you, human. What? Parasite. Is talking. I wanted to warn you. About your parasite that is known as the prototype. I wanted to warn you. About your parasite that is known as the prototype. Baron, be careful. That parasite tried to kill you the last time it took over the captain. What? I don't remember that. Was it when I was unconscious? Of course, the easiest and most certain way to get rid of it is to have you die. Azuraskans. Calm, however, I have neither the intention nor the ability to kill you right now. Calm down. This is the only chance while the prototype is dormant inside you. What exactly did you want to warn me about? The prototype inside you. Actually, I guess I should explain what parasites are first. We are a subspecies that broke off from the prototype colony. With a mission to accomplish. We choose our vessels and foster them into becoming stronger with the dream of the king's second coming. Yes. We are the king's remains. And the king's seeds. Azuraskans. Calm, the king's remains. The existence of aristocrats in Geyser is already known. In fact, I am one of them. However, no one has ever mentioned the king. Demon, who is the king that rules over Geyser right now? I don't know either. That's not information that I can get with my power. I do not know if the king I am referring to is the king of Geyser that you are talking about. I am nothing more than a small piece of the colony. So you're telling me that the parasites are trying to turn their vessels into the new king? Yes, that is how it was. Is that no longer the case? Correct. I do not care about that goal anymore. We are born with nothing more than an insect's worth of intellect. Azuraskans. Calm, the only purpose we have is to enter the first host we get into contact with in order to raise them into the king. The more the hosts mature, the more we grow too. At the same time, our abilities develop as well as our consciousnesses. After that, we end up betraying the prot. What? Isn't it obvious? It's thanks to having developed our own minds and intellect. I am pretty satisfied with my life even though I am technically trapped inside my host's body. He hasn't really accepted, so I cannot coexist as I would like, but I get to feel everything he does. I really liked the food from the surface. Especially that thing called pizza. It was a nice experience. Taste, touch. All outside stimuli as well as emotions like affection and love are good enough reasons to give up on our original purpose. That is why many of us have cut off the connection with the colony and abandoned our mission. The prototype was quickly deprived of power after losing most of its followers and didn't show itself for dozens of years. We had considered it dead, but right now, it is in your body. Is there a possibility that it's changed like you have? No. What is inside you is the prototype's main body. That's impossible. It was like an insect when it first entered my body. This is just an assumption, but I guess the prototype divided itself into pieces. After that, it must have chosen to awaken within the host with the greatest potential. That would mean that there are multiple prototypes out there now. Parasite. I have little time left. This is enough explanation about our kind. I will now give you your warning. Remember it well. Do not depend on the prototype's powers. The more you use them, the more you will lose yourself to it. Do not feed brains to the prototype either. And I don't mean just yours but your praise too. The prototype uses the activated mana within your body but cannot approach your down gem. Not that you should let it. Because of that, the prototype can only consume the down gems from outside sources. In any case, do not give in to the temptation of becoming the king. The one standing in the end will be the prototype, not you. You are the strongest human host I have seen. That is why it has set you as its target, but that also means that you can keep it in check. Do not forget that the being sleeping inside you is the evil king that knows no virtue. Ugh. Captain. Damned parasite. Twice now. Is your body alright? Yes. Except for the fact that there is some unpleasant insect living inside me. The parasite was able to speak. It seemed like you knew that though. Sorry for hiding it. I have my reasons. The feeling that there is another being inside me that observes everything I do. Well, it's horrible. I can't even get rid of it. I think its influence grows if it takes over a part of the body that has been injured. It always talks about symbiosis, but who knows when it might decide to take over. I don't know what it meant by evil king, but the thing inside you is definitely not an ordinary parasite. It's best not to use it. Do not ever fall for its sweet words. Unless you want to become like me and get your body taken away all the time. It seemed like the captain's parasite was genuine about wanting a symbiosis. I guess I'm not in the position to intervene, though. What's true is that I wouldn't be alive now without the parasite. Yet another thing to worry about. I will be careful, but I don't have any intentions of suppressing my abilities. Is that all then? I still don't feel too good about it all, but it's all right. Go. Your labyrinth is waiting for you, no. I'm here for my shift. ZZZ, are you sleeping again? Azuraskins. Calm. Ah. Sorry. I always fall asleep when my shift is almost over. 00, I understand, but you're alone out here. You can't be falling asleep. We've been short on people ever since we've started watching over the entrance to the 10th floor. Besides, we're in the back line. There is no labyrinth in the barren wasteland either. This is more like a communications post than a watch house. This is the best spot to be watching over. Yeah, I'm sure. Is there anything I need to know? Well, it's living up to its name. There isn't even a bug out here. Since we live in tunnels, we horned rats do not have good eyesight. There is a reason we were tasked with keeping an eye on the 9th floor despite that. First is that we can dig small, dark tunnels to move around freely. And second is that since we're a weak species, we are good at detecting danger. I'm leaving then. This is bad. There is a very powerful creature. Approaching very fast. What idiot is shouting? While lying in ambush. An ambush. Everyone, to your positions. Prepare for an attack. Quintus. Miss Dominique. It's dangerous. Huff, how is the situation looking? A great force has invaded the territory. 0 Huff, they're heading toward the labyrinth at great speed. Are you telling no one noticed until they already got into our territory? What about the underground watch houses? We created those for this kind of situation. Seeing as there was no warning from the rats, I think they might have all been eliminated. Rikshasha is out at the construction sites of the underground tunnels too. Owner is gone right now as well. What are you so worried about? Azuraskins. Calm. We've destroyed 2 labyrinths that were ruling over the 9th floor already. On top of that, you managed to make me, the great king of gluttony, an ally of yours. You mean a vassal? We're on amicable terms. If we all work together, we can defeat anyone who comes here. It's already been 3 weeks since that tyrant has left his position empty. I'll defeat them all. I'm sure his subordinates are starting to run low on patience from waiting. I'll defeat the enemy while they all watch and... Judging by the amount of energy, that's an aristocrat. To be more specific, it seems to be a count. Is it that steel golem again? But there are no vibrations in the ground. It must be someone else. Azuraskins. Common aristocrat, huh? Goodness. I just remembered that none of my subordinates are here. I better go back to the labyrinth of gluttony and bring them here. Not so fast. Kya. Attack. We're under attack. Squish squish pummeling. Squish squish stamp. There's a problem. Owner is. Azuraskins. Calm. Excuse. We greet the great owner of the Naga labyrinth. Azuraskins. Calm. Uther. Yes. How many gluttons do you have on you right now? About 8,000. That's quite a lot for just a little trip here. Ah. I was planning to be out for a few days. A little less than 1,000 die out every day, so. Sigh. But you're amazing. A normal beast's head would have gone flying. Is that your attempt at ass-kissing? It's a good thing I was practicing mana manipulation and had it surrounding me. I apologize. It felt as if my head got hit by an 18-wheeler. It's been 3 weeks and a few days since you went out to patrol the abyss. Azuraskans. Calm, it could be considered a long time. But I can sense an unbelievable strength from you. I thought it was Anatolius here again. Is that why you caused all this ruckus? I apologize. It's a given that you would prepare for an invasion, so you don't need to apologize. I should have suppressed my powers a bit more, but I'm not too adept at handling this yet. So you earned that power in the abyss too? I don't know if earned is the right word. It's something I already had but didn't know how to use. Chways, can you quiet it down? Oh. So you've always had that power. What about the labyrinth? Did anything happen while I was gone? I'll report right away. As you ordered before your departure, we expanded the labyrinth around the barracks. Naga attendant hero Dominique has shared the labyrinth map. Updating the labyrinth map. We still have the same number of troops, but the maximum army size has increased about 4-fold. I don't intend on increasing the forces yet. There's the problem of maintenance cost, after all. Well, I think it'd be okay to construct other facilities since we have already secured some extra space. Quintus has been guarding the northern gate, while Angela and Balzac have been watching over the southern, but right now, Balzac is at the southern gate on his own, and I am looking after Yunhui. What? You're having a mercenary that's not even from the Naga Labyrinth look over the southern gate. I did put Draken and Hoya on him, but there must be some other reason, then. Azuraskans. Calm, yes. It's. I'll listen to that later. Dominique, finish the report. As you wish. The building of the Horned Rat community in the underground tunnels is about halfway completion under Rakshasha's supervision. Azuraskans. Calm. What about the other labyrinths? We avoided them. As you can see, the construction of the underground tunnels that connect the Naga Labyrinth, the Labyrinth of Gluttony, the ruins of the Flood Dragon Labyrinth, and the entrance to the Abyss is completed. We avoided the Labyrinth of Hammers and Anvils in case they might feel that we are watching them, and since they're on the backlands anyway. Warning, we also avoided the central part of the barren wasteland because of the risk of collapses. We're done with preparations for construction in the Great Plains and the Forest of Dreams. We're just awaiting your permission. I remember that we took about 200 horned rats from the flood dragons. It was exactly 176. Is that enough to manage all those tunnels? There has been a change in population size. Azuraskans. Calm reported. Well. Because of a stable food supply and a safe environment, their numbers have increased 12-fold. There are about 2,000 horned rats now. Our adults, 40. Our adolescents, and 20. Are too young at the moment to do labor. They breed that much. We won't have enough food for them. What's breed? Something everyone but you can do. Of the horned rats, excluding the children and their caretakers, are active in the outposts. Azuraskans. Calm, their locations are by the lake and in the Great Plains. Rakshasha has trained a few groups to be specialized in hunting. So they're getting food by hunting in the Great Plains and in the Forest of Dreams. To the other labyrinth owners, it will look like horned rats have formed their own forces. Throughout the entirety of the 9th floor after being freed from the Flood Dragon King. That's right. They're a natural prey that live in hiding in the underground tunnels. No one would think that they're a part of the Naga Labyrinth. There are more rats recently. Cute. There's more for us to eat now. Alright. I'll permit the tunnels under the Great Plains and the Forest of Dreams. Don't get too close to the Labyrinth of Wanderers and Labyrinth of Dreams. Be discreet about it. Azuraskans. Calm, I'll let them know. The rats have grown a lot. On top of that, they breed fast and live short. That means that there will be rats that take what we give them for granted without knowing the oppression their predecessors faced under the Flood Dragon King. Their loyalty will decrease day by day too. Someday, there will be rats that will claim independence from us. The outposts might become their own new labyrinths. That would be preposterous. Calm down. It's just a possibility. I apologize. Who's leading the rats right now? The first-gen horned rats Beano, Twitch, and Snitch. Artisan Sook Administrator Beano Scout Twitch. I'll visit them soon. Tell them to stand their posts. Anything else to report? Azuraskans. Calm. No. It's been peaceful around here. Let's see. There are 4 days until the Round Table Conference. Assuming that we win over all of the 9th floor's labyrinth owners. There's a lot I have to prepare, so I'll have to go up to the surface for a few days. I hope there's at least a month until the war breaks out. So is it true that the 10th floor's aristocrats are going to attack the 9th floor? It's more like a conviction, but I'm certain of it. So we'll be fighting the aristocratic alliance. There's no need to worry. Why do you think I went on that trip with the black merchant in the first place? It won't be a skirmish between 2 labyrinths. It'll be a great war between the floors. Azuraskans. Calm. Will all be like cornered horned rats. In order to win, we'll need to fight without honor. The point is, I am the cause of this war. So Lam-N.T will be able to win if the other 9th floor guys don't find out about that. Now. Then. It's been pretty peaceful for a while in Geyser, but not anymore. Azuraskans. Calm. It'll be war once again. The plans are already drawn out. I'll debrief the plan now. Let's see. Was this the turn on button? It's been so long. Yo. Ah, shoot. Father 99 missed calls, Mother 99 missed calls, Hyunji 62 missed calls, Appraisal Center 43 DB 8, June Young 14, Ms. Unknown 8 missed. Goodness. I do feel bad, but I don't have the time to spend with my family right now. I'll just make some excuse for now and beg for their forgiveness later. Sorry, Dad. I'm in a remote mountainous area in Australia on the working holiday I told you about. Ah, shoot, the signal is getting weaker again. I'm sure Mr. Beck will make a whole ruckus too if I call him. Instead, I'll contact the person I turned my phone on for. Ah, Jun Young. How are you doing? It's Jean Woo. Do you remember? Just what have you been doing that you missed all my calls? Sorry. I've been busy the last few months because of a war and everything. I've even worked as a merchant for some time. Ha. You're just as sly as ever. Why is the signal so bad, by the way? Well, I'm on the 5th floor of Geyser. I have some work here. You can call from down there. I got my hands on new military equipment to do this. It's not for civilians, and it's still just a trial product, so I can only call for a few minutes if I'm right next to it. She got something through her connections in the army again, huh? Well, that's why I'm calling her. Anyway, I don't assume you called me just to say hi. Did you want something? Well. Could you get me some equipment like last time? Huh. What about what you got from me last time? That's not enough. But. It's not like I gave you just a couple items. More so, you disappear for months, and when you finally get in touch with me again, you ask for equipment. Ugh, sorry. I can't really explain the reason. Are you really waging some great war or something? Yes, with the beasts of Geyser. Hey. You do realize that dungeon babies are not allowed to be at war against people above the surface, right? Why is Master talking to that piece of scrap metal? Chic. Is that so? I guess I'm not breaking any laws, then. Ugh. So. What is it that you need? Do you have some paper and pen near you? Yes, go ahead. Are you out of your damn mind? Jun Young. Ah, Chansik. It's nothing. It's an important phone call, so please. Ah. Alright. Let me know if you need anything. Are you kidding? You're basically asking for equipment that's enough for an entire battalion. If that amount of supplies is taken out all at once, they'll catch on for sure. Then cross out the tank. You're kidding, right? Well, can't you at least get the bombs and communication devices? Ha! It's not that simple. In order to get things that I need, I have to ask a certain general in charge of the geyser defense. In other words, it's basically corruption. We have to pay for the equipment itself, but also for the labor and to shut up all the other people who know about it. Even if it's possible to get all these things, the money required for it will be. How much? Sorry. How much will it be? Well, I'm not sure yet either, but compared to what I got you last time, it'll be about $1.5 billion. After all, the last one was about 100 million. What's the current down gem exchange rate? Thumb-sized ones go for like 4 to 8 million, and fist-sized ones are between 50 and 100 million. The price went down quite a bit, huh? Down gems have recently gone out of fashion as a luxury good among the conglomerates. There isn't really a demand for them anymore except in research labs. Oh, I see. Is it still okay if I pay in down gems? Huh. Ah. Well. That doesn't really matter. I'll pay you double the amount. Sorry. Ah. Double. ALRI, huh. Wait. Double. Can you prepare me 20 AL, quality intermediate down gems? Of course. So this is the surface. He's a 12th floor dungeon baby who goes down to the lower floors on his own, so I guess he's got more than enough down gems. Actually, I should use this chance. I don't need double the amount. I'll get you the things. Thanks every time. Whoa. The ceiling. But I have a condition. There is a secret mission we are working on with another organization. Can you be a part of that? Secret mission. Does it have something to do with geyser? Yes, we found a unique labyrinth. I can't really tell you more than this. I have some urgent business, so I can get in touch with you once I'm done with that. It could take months, though. It's fine as long as you'll participate. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Then should I deliver the things to the same address? Yes, I got it. I'll get back to you within a. Okay. I'll try to do it within a week. All right. Call ended. Phew. That's gonna be quite a task. Jun Young, are you done with your call? Yes, I'm gonna have to go up to the surface for about 3 weeks. Ha. To think you'd leave right now of all times. I got us a dependable dungeon baby. I'm going up because of that. We're working really hard to keep this under wraps, and you're just bringing anyone in. It's okay. You remember Jean Wu, right? The same Jean Wu from the Spider Expedition. It's not certain yet, so don't go around telling others. He's welcome. He's super strong. It'll definitely be a lot easier with that monster. It'll be a few months before he joins, though. Huh. Why? He has work too. He said he'd join after taking care of that. It's alright. We just have to continue in the same spirit to keep a secret. About this labyrinth. That has accepted humans. Phew. It looks like I've taken care of all the preparations, then. I wanted to try riding a tank, though. What a shame. Master. Long time no see, Rikshasha. It's an honor to be able to see you again. Why is Hoya? I almost lost her. Dominique already told you everything, right? Yes, I've already memorized the plan. I'll take Hoya. How is it looking at the entrance to the abyss? There are no problems yet. All right. Tell the rats to stay hidden and to report as soon as they notice something off. There are a few issues. The rats may have connected their burrows to the abyss entrance, but it is quite a big distance from here. I am not sure how long it will take them to report. Just wait for a few days with that. I have to lay out the electrical wires first, but I'll get you guys the radio set as soon as it gets here. Radio set. So, Are there any other issues? Well, about that. The horned rats said that they are ready to meet you. They will be able to report the other problem to you in more detail. I don't have a good feeling about this. All right. I'll hear it from them, then. We'll wait here. I'll lead the way. We are sorry for bringing you to a place so unfit for you. It's fine. Don't mind it. Are there any inconveniences? No. We're all very satisfied. The Naga Labyrinth protects us, gives us missions, and even rewards us. There is nothing more we could ever dream of. I'm glad. Where's Twitch? You're not him. I introduce myself to the great Naga Labyrinth owner, the savior of the horned rats as well as our eternal master. I am Twitch and Bino's son, Tretch. Tretch, huh? Yes. It is the name of my grandfather who foolishly attacked you in the past. I have inherited it in order to take on the burden of his sins and to wash them away. I will do all that I can for the Naga Labyrinth even if it may take my life. I did hear that you guys are fast in reproducing. But I didn't think you had matured already. Same about you. Would it be okay for me to answer the question about the absence of my father? I permit it. My father Twitch is currently driving out and executing the rebel rats. Morth. Oh. Twitch, I believed that you'd come. All the puzzle pieces of the revolution are complete. I didn't expect there to be a space like this underneath the Flood Dragon Labyrinth. So, is this everyone? Of course not. This won't do when we're trying to take over the entirety of the 9th floor. I've only gathered 70 of the executives here. There seem to be twice as many of them. I've allowed each of them to bring an aide. An aide. You're acting like aristocrats already. There's a spot for you too. You will be our general. You're the closest to a hero among the horned rats, after all. Azuraskans. I've been working a lot recently. Horned rat scout Twitch. Rare. But. What's that? A hay cutter. Why are you carrying it around? I have a use for it. There's something I want to ask you. Go ahead. Among the horned rats, I am the close confidant of the Naga Labyrinth's executives. I have been following their commands without hesitation or distraction. Where did you get the confidence to try and bring me onto your side? You're all done for if I choose to report you to the Naga Labyrinth. So, have you done that? No. I knew you wouldn't. I was certain about it. I heard that you have a son. If I recall correctly. He has inherited your father's name, is that right? Yes. That's the proof. You've been preparing for a revolution on your own. Azuraskans. To overthrow the Naga Labyrinth that killed Tretch and enslaved us. You must have stayed by the side of that detestable elf who led your father to his death. In order to learn as much as possible about our oppressors. Twitch, your sacrifice and plans have laid the groundwork. For your son Tretch to take over the Naga Labyrinth and Geyser itself. Yes. Just like your father tried to do. Did you know that you weren't alone? When I first entered the Naga Labyrinth, I saw the skulls of our brothers and sisters with their horns cut off. That's when I was hit with reality. No matter how much better it gets for us, we'll forever remain slaves affiliated to the labyrinth, working till our death. In this large place called Geyser, we aren't allowed to be anything but servants or snacks for the predators. However, I wish to change that fate. Even if I can't see this through to the end. I at least wanted to be the one to start the flames of the revolution. And finally, I've got the chance. Finally. Today will mark the day we break free from slavery. Azuraskans. The foundation of our new power is complete. We're no longer slaves. We're no longer snacks. Azuraskans. We are no longer servants. We, the horned rats, we will free our brethren on the other floors and trample on the enemies. We, the horned rats, will become the rulers of Geyser. We are the seeds of the emerging kingdom. Its founders. First offsprings. I hereby declare the foundation